you're over the age of 35, stop everything you're doing right now. After a lifetime of eating fatty foods, you may run the risks of a stroke or heart attack due to plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. To learn how you can reduce your risks, visit youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today. This may be a life-changing call for you or someone you love. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you.
They have to do that. Our people don't.
Dame Dash is calling out Revolt TV's media division for an article that was posted, as well as other people saying that Dame Dash and Jay-Z are trying to or are close to reaching a settlement in an NFT case. Now, Dame Dash posted this up on his IG today, but please don't believe the hype. We are nowhere near a settlement. They accused me of doing something I did not do, and now they have to prove it. And I can sell my share anytime I want. And Jay-Z at Biggsburg. If you want to settle this, holla at me. We used to hustle together. Court is corny. Let's talk like men for the culture. I dare y'all to respond. Now, again, articles came out the other day that suggested, not only from Revolt, but maybe they were the first people to report the news, that they were actually close, very, very close to actually reaching a settlement in that whole NFT dispute. Now, if you guys are kind of wondering where the root of this comes from, let me take you guys back to June of 2021, because Jay-Z and his attorney Alex Sparrow filed a lawsuit against Dame Dash in that time, accusing him of attempting to auction off Reasonable Doubt as an NFT without his permission. Now, the auction actually never took place, but they accused Dame Dash of frantically scouting for another venue to make the sale. Now, Dame Dash actually refuted the allegation and instead claimed he was simply trying to sell his entire 1/3 stake in Rockefeller Records. He later countersued Jay-Z and Rockefeller for $1 million, accusing Hove, or Jay-Z, of wrongfully claiming streaming rights to Reasonable Doubt for himself. Now, in the filing in Manhattan federal court on Tuesday, March 15th, Sparrow said that Jay-Z and Dame Dash are in the process of meeting and conferring to determine whether they can reach a settlement and agreeing to resolve the case. Dame Dash did definitely deny that. Now, if a settlement is not reached, they said Hove will file a separate motion to permanently ban Dame Dash from selling any portion of Reasonable Doubt. Now, a judge temporarily prohibited Dash from minting the album as an NFT last June. So it was kind of a small little victory for Hove and his lawyer. And, Dame Dash is pretty much saying, look, I own this percentage. I should be entitled to sell it. Let's break it down, right? There's a project, there's a company. Let's just break it down, how are we going to break it down? Like an album. Dame Dash owns this percentage. Now, what would that percentage consist of? Would that be 2-3 songs? I don't know how that's broken down. But if you own something, you should have the right to sell that. Now, Jay-Z and his lawyers, this is what Dame Dash is pretty much saying, that they pretty much accused him of trying to sell, the whole project, I'm guessing, Reasonable Doubt, as an NFT, as opposed to just selling his portion, whatever that consists of. I'm not really sure what that consists of. It's an album, so when you take a few songs, I'm just not sure how that will work. Artwork, somebody had to school me on that. I'll be honest with you, I'm a novice in that particular thing, but I know the dispute is going on and on. Dame Dash pretty much came out and said, look, we're not close to coming up to any amicable solution right now. He's saying, look, let's leave the courts out of this. Let's sit down as men. We did business together. We made a $400 million company together. We're all, doing great as businessmen as a result of Rockefeller. Why can't we sit down and discuss this as men and say, okay, but even if it's in an arbitrary fashion in a court, I ain't saying they got to go to the golf course together or Rock Nation brunch together. They could be in a courtroom and they could have their separate counsels, and they could be sitting there trying to come to a solution to see what's best for these parties. It's just a shame, man. It's a few people that Jay-Z just not dealing with that we know of, and that's Dame Dash and one is DeHaven. Like, what did they try to do What happened between Dame Dash and Jay-Z? What happened between Jay-Z and DeHaven? Where he will not deal with these dudes no matter what. Like, what's going on? I really don't know, man. So remember, they it was probably a few months ago where I think Jay-Z and Dame Dash pretty much, said that they still got love for each other and whatnot, that it's not really dealing with each other at this point in time. So it's going to be a long battle. It don't have to be long. If they were just able to sit down as men and iron things out, it wouldn't have to be this long. But, I could kind of see both sides of this. First, you have to tell me if Dame Dash owns a percentage. I think it's a third or something like that. If he owns that percentage, right, what is that percentage? What does that percentage actually consist of? That will be my next question. Like, 1/3 stake, okay, his entire 1/3 stake. What does that consist of? I know what it means, mathematically, but if you're talking about reasonable doubt, does that mean that, okay, if there's 12 tracks or 14 tracks and you got 4 or 5 of them, any 4 or 5, like, I'm not sure how that breaks down. So then I could see on the other end how Jay-Z could say, well, nah, like, yeah, you own, this portion of it, but this is still my body of work. So it's probably one of those things that, yeah, they probably could talk about, and I would love for them to come to a solution, but it could be one of those things where it's like, all right, let's let the courts decide, because I think the issue, in my opinion, I would love to ask Dame Dash, if we can get him back for another interview, what his portion actually consists of when you're talking about the reasonable doubt NFT. And I think we can definitely go from there. And then I'll be able to give you my real full opinion, on that whole thing. But nevertheless, man, I definitely appreciate you guys listening to what I had to say. I hate to see this happen, man, because they built something such iconic, and I would love to see them get back together and do something, whether it be a biopic, or something like that. But it may never happen. Sometimes, the relationships that are severed, they're severed for a reason, and some people will never ever get back together and make things happen. But leave a comment below. What do you guys think in the comment section about this whole particular occurrence right here? Dame Dash calling out the blogs, in particular Revolt, like, nah, this is not true at all. There is, and I don't think it was necessarily the blog. I think they were going off the information, allegedly. I wasn't there, but allegedly from Jay-Z's lawyers saying that they were going to make some type of a resolution very close to making one, but Dame Dash said that's not true. So how does that get convoluted? How does that get messed up? How does that get lost in translation? I'm not sure, but that's your brother Old Guy, man. Make sure you guys go ahead and share this video, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. Email it to someone, text it to someone. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Hip Hop News Uncensored, and double check after you're subscribed. If you're already subscribed, right? Double check to make sure that you guys hit the notification bell. That way you'll get all videos that we do like this. You'll get all messages. Anything that comes out of this channel, you will get it the second it drops. But you have to subscribe, hit the notification bell. On the way out, man, smash the like button. I truly appreciate you guys. Major boy, I got a peace.